Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showcasing one of my recent games where I'm quite proud of my positioning and movement as Mercy. I had 0 deaths and high damage amped and feel like I had a lot of impact on the game. We'll be looking at my POV, the enemy's POV, and some bird's eye views to get a good sense of my movement and positioning. I'll be talking in depth about my thought process during this game. Hopefully this video is informative and helpful for anyone looking to improve on this hero, so let's jump in. The first important thing is that in this game I have a good pocket target. Having a good pocket target like Ashe can make Mercy really valuable in a team comp, and for professional players, having someone to pocket is the only instance in which they'll use Mercy. At the start of the game, I position myself behind natural cover and use max beam distance to my advantage. A golden rule on Mercy is that the enemy does not need to see you, and if you're playing with a pocket, the enemy really shouldn't see you. As soon as Ashe gets booped into the frontline territory, I was very quick to retreat. Overextending yourself to save others is risky, and in this instance, I chose to look out for myself first and turn back to save Ashe if it was possible to do so. This is the first time I get pushed back into a very safe position. This corner of the map is my absolute safety corner. You'll see me retreat here throughout the game. It's great because Ashe has a decent sightline of the objective, and I am very safe from Pharah. She would have to overextend a lot to get me. Ashe then safely rotates onto high ground for better leverage against the Pharah, and I follow behind to help apply pressure with damage boost. When the enemy tank gets eliminated, then Mercy attempts to resurrect in a very unsafe position. Risky reses feel great, but the risk was far too high for her to survive. After helping Ashe through a wild Genji attack, I ping him so that anyone paying attention knows he's still around. As Mercy, you have plenty of opportunities to make good pings to your teammates because, well, you're not often shooting people, so you've got time to make the pings. We managed to establish this high ground again until Pharah picks our Ashe. Knowing that Pharah would expect me to resurrect, I retreat very quickly. This leads to her overextending and getting herself eliminated for concentrating on me too much. In both my POV and Pharah's, you can see just how safe my position is. The Pharah could barely even see me, and I managed to escape without a scratch. That res was actually pretty unsafe, and I didn't really scan the area as much as I could have, but because my team was all there, I went for it, and there was only a few of them. I believe it was their supports just lurking in the back. Here, after activating Valkyrie, I spot an opportune moment to take out their Mercy since she's on very low health, and I believe that probably stopped the entire push from being able to happen after that. The Mercy does later get her revenge by teabagging me when they win the game. Spoilers, but it was a really good hold, which is why I'm showing it. Seeing Genji use his ultimate, I'm very quick to jump into the action to get the damage boosts in to see if he can get any more picks. But I stay very reserved with that beam length, and when I'm retreating I use the natural cover on the right side to make sure I don't get hit from behind. Instead of walking into the open to GA to Ashe, I use Genji for my first GA and make it safely around the wall, then GA to Ashe. With this ultimate, Genji applies a lot of pressure and forces me to go all the way back to my little safe corner. Again, I'm staying very hidden here and making sure that I don't peek because there's no need to peek. The enemy do not need to see me in this instance. The Pharah and Mercy then launch an attack onto our backline, but Pharah is quickly eliminated. You can see just how difficult it is to contest this angle that we have. And because I'm playing it so safe, she barely has a chance to look at me. In fact, Pharah decides that I am ultimately the problem and tries to go for me, and accidentally overextends, getting herself killed in the process. Unfortunately, because I had to play so safe, I wasn't able to help our Hog and Kiriko, who are in the battle by themselves with the rest of the enemy team. Illari then goes for Ashe with her ultimate, which forces me away from her, and I instead pocket Genji to try and take them out. I also take the chance to gun down Illari's pylon just in case. This is where things start going pretty south. Somehow we have an advantage on picks, and they turn it back around. I have a feeling had I managed to get off my pick on the Mercy here, we could have won the entire game, which is actually devastating to think about. But I didn't want to overextend in case I got myself killed, so don't always play it too safe. I decide not to go for the res on Kiriko because I most definitely would have died here. And there you have it. We did lose the game, as I said, and the Mercy did bag me a little bit, but you know, that's completely fine. Sometimes we lose games where we perform well. It happens. I hope the video was informative and useful. I've never done a video like this before, so let me know if it's something you want to see more of in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Iliari then goes for Ashe, which leads me to be forced out of that position as she has an explosive ultimate. Why did I say it like that?